The God Valley incident has only just started and I'm already losing my mind to how it's gonna end. But I can tell you that I was wrong about Shaki in my recent review because it just got confirmed that she will be the ultimate prize of the God Valley incident. So let's dig deep into this week's chapter 1159 of One Piece. Let's go. Starting off with the cover story, it appears as though Yamato has finally finished her journey and is now going back to the flower capital. The interesting thing about this is they're eating some apples and people are theorizing that these apples might be smile apples. I don't know, smile devil fruits. But the weird thing for me is, why is page 1 looking like a girl here? I don't know if that was a mistake or I'm just seeing it wrong, but it looks like a girl here, which is quite weird. We also see the little fox, which is quite weird. Yeah, so we start off the chapter 1 year approximately before the God Valley incident and all chaos has broken loose because Shaki was kidnapped. Now, who is the culprit here? People were theorizing that it was Don Marlon, which is, I mean, it was a good guess because he was like the mafioso boss, so he cares a lot about money. Maybe he got the money from the world government to rat out one of his own. But that was the wrong take. Why was that the wrong take? Well, because just a couple of panels later, we see Ochoko with a bunch of money, counting it, and looking very much unbothered about Shaki's kidnapping, unlike the rest of his crew. Well, obviously the news about Shaki's kidnapping spread all across the world. Obviously Roger and Rayleigh knew about this and their reaction was kind of awesome because, you know, Roger, he was so frustrated. He's like blaming it everything on Rocks. How could this guy do such a thing? How could you let Shaki be kidnapped like this? And of course we know that Roger loves her, but the real important reaction for me was Rayleigh's reaction because he finally showed emotion towards Shaki. He finally busted that bubble of just him being stoic about her and not caring for love and everything. And when Roger said, oh, we're gonna go get her after the news broke out, and I'll come to the news later, but Rayleigh was the first one to like, heck yeah, let's freaking go. And this was the first time he really showed genuine emotion towards Shaki. Like before, even when she went to Rox's place, he's like, okay, my captain can go and handle it. He can go and check her out, or not check her out in that sense, but he can check out how she's feeling and everything. Like, is she handling her own on Hachinosu? Roger went there, everything was fine. It wasn't that serious. But when she gets kidnapped, Rayleigh's like, nah, this is some pretty serious stuff here. And the message that got out because of Bikunuzo Morgans. Bikunuzo Morgans, this chapter, and let's just segue to him because holy crap, bro was doing this in like, how old was he? Big News Morgans was 15 or 60 years old on God Valley, bro. Like, you realize how crazy this is, and he's still a bird. How is he still a bird? Was he a bird originally that ate like a human devil fruit type, like different kind of models, just like choppers or Luffy's or whatever? I mean, this is some crazy stuff. He's 50 years old, he's still a bird. He just started the World Economic Journal, bro. Like, this is crazy. And he's like, yo, the Navy wants to, no, you can't control me. Brother, please, you can't control me. I control the birds, I control everything that is going on in the One Piece community, in the One Piece world, brother. You can't control me. And this guy was a Chad, and he has been pivotal since the start of his basically character arc on Whole Cake Island. My guy Morgans is like, yo, hand over your freaking money. You can't do anything. Bro, I'm a snitch. He's telling them blatantly, I'm a snitch to the world about you guys. Hand over the money or I'll leak everything. So if I understand this correctly, Morgans got the wind of the slightest hint of like Ginny's hacking thing. So she basically made it so the word got out because she infiltrated a ship with the others, of course, and she kind of connected and jammed everything, you know, hacking shit. I don't know the exact words for this, but she basically told the surrounding world what they are doing at God Valley. And then Morgan's caught wind of it and he's like, yo, we should spread this freaking shit out. And then he's like talking to Cypherpole, was like, bro, look at the reports here. You want to see them? Alright, take a look. And they're like, bro, what the hell is this shit? They're gonna kill us if we go out with this news. And Morgan's just like, exactly, yes. So give me the fucking money so you can shut me up and I won't destroy you and in front of the whole world. And so one branch leaked the information about what's going on God Valley. And of course, Ochoku was the one that was like, yeah, but this source is not that reliable, trying to cover up his shit. Because he's like, how the hell did shit get out? I mean, or now is everybody gonna find that I'm a rat? Like how? But this here seems to me as they're building up just to go to God Valley. And we're gonna see the entire incident from the exact start to the exact finish. And what happened with Rocks, how did he die, how is Harold's importance in all of this? Because I don't know if Harold was on God Valley or not. So that's gonna be important as well. And if he's not, he died 14 years ago. So what's happened about that? And right now, Harold is not even present on God Valley. And we don't know if he... And right now, Harold is not even present on God Valley. And we frankly don't even know if he's gonna show up or not. How does this tie with Harold? And what's the outcome? Does he get Domi reversed and, I don't know, like take out his own horns? What is the consequences of this entire battle? That's what I want to see. And I truly believe this is going to be the longest flashback in the entire history of the One Piece, because immediately after this flashback, we're gonna go to Final War. And what I mean by that is that Final War is gonna start on Elbaf Island. Quote me on that, bro. Quote me on that. But I think this is the start. We're gonna defeat Imo as Gunko, and we're gonna maybe take Gunko with us to the Holy Land. We're gonna fight Imo. Imo's gonna go down in the war. Everybody's gonna come. The giant grand fleet, of course, and like it's gonna be Holy Knights versus Stratton, everything. But the final villain will of course be Blackbeard. And after this chapter, I have no doubt in my mind. I didn't have doubts in my mind that Blackbeard was the final villain before this chapter. But like here, the doubts got to 0%. 0 freaking percent. Negative, bro. Because let's roll it back for a second. Let's roll it back. So we see a Marine and he's kind of confused about his orders. Why are we shooting innocent civilians even if these rounds doesn't really kill them? They only tranquilize them. That's what is said to him at least. And when he is questioning everything, his superior officer is like, yo, you shouldn't question top orders. Like you're a mere freaking Marine. Do not question the people on the top, okay? Basically he says, yeah, you gotta suck the dick and you don't even know freaking who person it is. Just like that, bro. And at first, I thought this Marine was gonna suck the dick, but he started sucking a little bit. Okay, this is getting outrageous. But he started shooting these people, thinking that he was shooting them with tranquilizers. And still, it felt very weird to him. What is going on? These are innocent people pleading for their life, like they want to live. What is going on? And then we see Huff, ... And then we kind of focus up on this Marine. I was like, yo, this gotta be an important character. With the ... Could it be? No, could it actually be Monkey D. Dragon? No, ain't no way. And I was like, yo, this is for sure not Dragon. And I scrolled a little bit down and it was Monkey D. Dragon. A normal Marine, bro. Future of the Revolutionary Army. Leader and father of Luffy. This is totally crazy, bro. This is the first time Dragon has been shown doing something for 27 years, bro. Either he looks east, dotting, talking on the phone, looking east at the same time, not saying anything. Oh, we gonna move pretty soon. Yes, we gonna move pretty soon, and haven't done anything. Hasn't done anything. And frankly, he's not even doing anything right now because it's a flashback, but he's probably already on the move because the Holy Knights were or not the Holy Knights, that the Holy Land was in flames, and I bet it was dragon. At least, yeah, that's what I think, because Emo said that the Holy Land was on flames, and I kinda just repeated myself, so I'm looking kinda dumb, except you can't see me because this is only audio. Yeah, let's continue. Like, the dragon bit was really cool, showing off. He really looks like Gear 4 Luffy, and I kinda like that. We see a lot of resemblance. And yeah, I like the fit as well. I like the tattoo on the arm and everything. It feels kind of strange without the facial tattoo, but it's alright. But the good thing is that Dragon is suspicious about everything, so he's trying in his head to comprehend what is going on, but he's not managing to shake off the feeling of I'm doing something wrong here. When Dragon sees that the Marines are throwing hypnosis gas bombs, he's like, nah, this is something fishy here, and I gotta look into it more. And then he went inside the ships later on in the chapter. Then he saw a bunch of slaves as well, innocent people basically that could not protect themselves, and one of them is like, please protect my children. And who are these children? Well, it's Shanks and Shamrock. So this is very interesting. Dragon, I did not know that he had this connection to Shanks. Probably Shanks don't even know about it, or maybe he does, but goddamn, like, this is in the roots, bro. Like, Luffy's father knew Shanks way back then, and Shanks became Dragon's son's fucking idol. This is incredible, actually, the ties here and everything. And then we see another mother. She's like, come here, Teach, it's all right, you gotta survive. And I was like, what? Teach? Freaking Teach, bro? Really? I mean, earlier in the chapter, Rock said that they were on the island, but to have Dragon taking care of Teach, this is mind-boggling. I'm kind of holding my head right now, because this shit is so freaking crazy, bro. If Dragon said, no, I won't take care of your child, like, how does that make him? And probably he did not know that this is Rock's child. But even if he knew that this is Rock's child, he's gonna still help him anyway, even though his father is like a world-renowned freaking pirate and a scummy bastard. Even though we, the reader, are starting to understand Rox a bit more. He's starting to become more and more likable and more like Luffy, or at least has the, how you say, attributes of Luffy. Some of them at least. So going back to the Rocks pirates, they're on their way back to God Valley, right? But somebody interrupts him, and it's King Harold. They were just about to fight, but then Rocks was like, yo, for all time's sake, let's share a drink. I want to tell you something not even my crew can hear about. What is that something, bro? That something is, of course, so obvious that Rocks was a made-up name by the world government, as his name is actually Davy D. Zebek. Bro, incredible. And that his clan has been like hunted ever since like 800 years ago and everything like this. Like, the world government has really been trying to hide this name and this clan, and they have done a pretty good job of that, because we have only just once heard about Davy Jones in the entire series. At least that's of my knowledge. You can correct me in the comments, of course, but this is the only time we heard about Davy Jones before all of this, before this flashback, was back in Long Ring Longland. Alright, but if there was a Davy clan like Davy D. Zebek, why isn't there a monkey clan like Monkey D. Luffy or Monkey D. Garp or Monkey D. Dragon? And why hasn't the government wanted to hide that clan? Are they all from the same clan? What the hell is the D initial in their name? Like, I thought that D stands for Davy, or like something to do with Davy Jones or whatever, but this is so confusing, and like, we think that we're getting answers, but that just raises more and more questions, bro, and I love it. Then of course Zebek tells us that his homeland is God Valley, and he sent his children and wife there. Such a kind-hearted man, really. I mean, he didn't know that the government was going to go after them, and he didn't know that they're just gonna go to an island in the middle of the West Blue. Like, why would they? But the thing is, somebody has to have leaked the intel about his heritage, right? About him being a Davy and his family being at God Valley. Who might that be? We still don't know. I think that Garling found out about this, hence why he was talking with Gorosei last chapter. And yeah, this is undoubtedly one of the best setup chapters in a flashback. Like, this feels like a whole different anime, for God's sake. How long have you been in this flashback? It's gonna continue on and on and on, even after the God Valley incident. Probably the God Valley incident would take 2 or 3 chapters, maybe even 4. And then after that, we have to consider that after that, the event, what's going on, how the hell did Harald take off his own horns? Why did he do it? Did he like realize at the end that he could have done something about the evil at the world by teaming up with Rox? Did he realize that at the last second when it was all over, Rox was already dead? We still got quite a long way to go to reach back into the present, or at least to the main event. It's a so-called main event. It's crazy to me to say, but the main event of this flashback, the entire reason we went into this flashback, is to find out how Harald died. And he died 14 years ago. So a God Valley flashback is only 38 years ago, bro. This is crazy. Oh, we still got a lot more to go. I would say that maybe this flashback maybe ends in like February next year or March even, but I don't see it ending sooner than that. Yeah, this is just my takes. I did a raw one. I haven't really fixed my setup yet here. Don't worry about it. Good things will be coming from this channel, and I hope you stayed through to the end. If you did, type it in the comments, type good one. And yeah, I love everybody that watches my videos, everybody that theorized with me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Of course, you can leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and follow us on the socials as well as the second channel. And you might even want to hit us up on the Discord below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.